Alright, the thing is that most politicians are evil. We all know this, especially of first world nations. I think the only guy that gets a pass is that old man from Uruguay, but there are levels to this shit. Most people fall under this line of I am corrupt to get money. Even during that, there is a scale of a Greek parliament members getting some money from Qatar to the leader of Kenya, which lives a more luxurious life than Jeff Bezos. And then on the upper level, you have politicians who kids, and the people they are with fall under no age of consent law except maybe Japan's. Not only this, but most of these girls are trafficked, abused, and forced to be prostitutes for these dirty old politicians. And it feels like they just want us to accept that, yeah, politicians kids. So what, man? You drink a couple Red Bulls a day. That isn't good either.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
Also, motherfuckers are like, oh, well, it's because you don't like Trump. What if Bill Clinton was on that list? Then you wouldn't want it released because he's a Democrat. Man, fuck Bill Clinton and fuck your ugly ass too. Here's a picture of Bill Clinton getting a massage from Epstein's victim, Shanti Davies, at the airport in Lisbon. The reason why these files haven't gotten released yet under Biden or Trump is because these motherfuckers both had people on that list. And Trump is confirmed to be on that list too because he got briefed that he was in these files. Mr. President, you're on the ultra island list. Oh, that isn't good. That isn't good at all. Do you think I give a fuck if one old pedophile gets arrested over another? Throw them both under the jail. You know what? Fuck it. Give them the Saakashvili treatment. Real ones will know, man. And Trump is so funny with this because he's like, nah, guys, come on. We don't actually care about Epstein, right? On Diddy's soul, I was not on Epstein's island. And the quickest way to prove you've never been to the island is just to release it. And Trump is saying first the Epstein files were real and we're gonna release them, then they don't exist. And then if they do exist, the Democrats put my name there. Trump is sounding like a Turkish nationalist when asked about the Armenian genocide. Also, the insane thing is that the Wall Street Journal allegedly leaked Trump's letter to Epstein. In 2025, over half of companies are already using AI. Microsoft, Amazon, Google all have laid off thousands because of it. And 40% of people fear AI will take their job this year. It's a wake-up call, but here's the twist. Those same companies are also hiring people who understand AI, who know how to use it, who can build with it. No matter what you do, job, business, freelance, AI isn't optional anymore. It's leverage. The ones who master it will now outrun the ones who don't. That's why this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you can join the AI Mastermind, a 2-day, 16-hour live training with expert mentors. You'll learn 10 plus powerful AI tools, master prompt engineering, automate repetitive work, build interactive websites and apps, and create pro-level presentations all in 2 days. Normally it's $895, but I've partnered with Outskill, the world's biggest AI education platform, to give away 1,000 free seats for the next 72 hours, nearly $900K in free training. In the past year, over 4 million people have attended and went on to get promotions, salary hikes, new clients, and even launch AI startups making thousands of dollars a month. And if you attend both days, you'll get bonuses worth $5,000, including a prompt Bible with 3,000 plus prompts, a money-making AI roadmap, and your own personalized AI toolkit builder. In this training, you'll gain an in-depth knowledge on a wide range of topics, including learn the language of AI, aka prompt engineering, to get the best outputs using AI, 10 most powerful AI tools like Make.com, Agentic Hub, Claude, etc., using AI and Excel and creating professional presentations effortlessly, developing AI agents, automating your work to save time and boost productivity, build interactive apps and websites with AI. Seats are extremely limited. The link is in the description. Secure your free seat now. Join the WhatsApp group for updates and get ready to change the way you work forever. Learn AI now, outrun the rest. You know, Jeffrey was a popular guy, just a kind person with an honest job of being a financier. And a lot of people liked him, so his wife compiled a leather-bound book in 2008. Full-ass book for Jeffrey's birthday letters. And one of them was sent by Trump with a drawing of a naked woman with his signature as the woman's pubic hair, with the text, "Happy birthday and may every day be another wonderful secret? What, Mr. President, what the fuck are you talking about? Why is he talking like a genie? What do you mean, bro? And I said allegedly because Trump is now suing the Wall Street Journal because of this. And his defense was that I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words. Anyways, in 2004, this woman got 2 signed drawings from Donald Trump for a charity event. And I can't lie, bro. These are not drawings of someone who doesn't draw. If Trump just never drew, his drawings would look like Putin's smiley face. Now that is a man who doesn't draw. It's like that guy defending himself from not being a by saying he doesn't sweat. Like, sweating and drawing is something people do, man. And the funniest thing is that the main reason Trump and Epstein fell out was that Epstein stole a 16-year-old girl that Trump had working in Mar-a-Lago.
For years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that work for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again. And I threw him out of the place, persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth.
Are you fucking serious, man? You guys kids together on an island. You guys have more pictures together than I do with my grandma. And the main thing that leads you to cutting each other off was Epstein stealing a 16-year-old girl from you. I genuinely can't fucking believe it, man. These are the people running our world. I have to be on this man's side and hope he protects my country from Russia. Oh my god, bro. I'm so cooked. Also, the orange man and the bald baby were talking about, oh, we gotta release the Epstein files.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
Literally campaigning on the entire promise, and then when they got the power to do that, they decided, hell nah, my cousin is in those files, and me. Just tell him some bullshit.
I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, you know, we went through years of that.
It's been so crazy to see these grown-ass adults pretend that they didn't say what we heard them say and then be like, nah, man, don't worry about the Epstein files, man. Don't worry about politicians f***ing kids with your tax money, bro. It's chill. Also, the pictures of Epstein's Manhattan townhouse just got released by the New York Times, and this house looks so fucking creepy, man. For some reason, he had this sculpture of a bride clinging to a rope dangled in the center of his mansion. This looks fucking insane. And in his home, he had pictures of Epstein framed with Pope John Paul II, Elon Musk, Saudi Arabia's crown prince, former President Bill Clinton, Donald and Melania Trump, and for some reason, when framing this picture, he cut out his own girlfriend and only framed himself with Trump and Melania and fucking Fidel Castro. Also, there were cameras in this house, most likely for blackmailing purposes, since Epstein loved his cameras, since the evidence that the feds have on him is 40 computers and electronic devices, 26 storage drives, more than 70 CDs and 6 recording devices with more than 300 gigabytes of data. According to the DOJ, 60 pieces of physical evidence, including photographs, travelogues, employee lists, more than 17K in cash, 5 massage tables, blueprints of Epstein's island and Manhattan home, 4 busts of female body parts, a pair of women's cowboy boots, and 1 stuffed dog, according to the list. And they still say there are no Epstein files and there is no Diddy. The guy who was in the Arab Money song is not real. Also, it's so wild because everybody talking about you gotta find someone that matches your freak, and Epstein found someone like that because his wife Ghislaine Maxwell was the one helping him run the entire operation. Here's a voice recording from Maria Farmer, who was a victim of Jeffrey Epstein.
Donald Trump was always hanging out with Epstein, and Ivana was always hanging out with Elon.
Right.
And Ivana, she would say, we're going to go pick up Ivana, or Ivana's going to come. And we'd ride in the car with her. And I remember one occasion where Elon's like, I have to get out right now. And she went and got a number from a child in a uniform. Everybody knew what they were doing. Everybody who surrounded them knew exactly what they were doing.
Did you go for rides often with her and Ivana? Or,
yes.
And would she pick up girls all the time?
Yes. She didn't bring them in the car. She would get their phone numbers.
Right.
But she would drive by schools.
Right. So
as they got out.
And to hear that the person who is just as guilty as Epstein, if not even more, is being considered for a presidential pardon is insane. Trump's first term, he pardoned Kodak Black and shit. This term, he's pardoning Diddy and Maxwell. When did the culture change so much, bro? Kodak Black made Tunnel Vision and Diddy and Maxwell kids. Some Kodak songs are bad, but you can't really compare him with these people. And Maxwell has so many connections to every big political figure, which might be how Jeffrey also have gotten these connections. Like, fuck you mean if he was hanging with Fidel Castro, bro? Hands around the shoulders and everything. So this is the reason why there is a picture of Ghislaine Maxwell and Kevin Spacey on the British throne in Buckingham Palace, because fucking Prince Andrew invited them on a private tour of the Buckingham Palace. Also, here's Prince Andrew with one of Epstein's victims with Ghislaine in the background. Also, here's a picture of Epstein and Ghislaine at a log cabin owned by Queen Elizabeth. It's just so crazy, man, that these people are the ones dictating our politics and also the ones telling us, nah, bro, just stop buying Starbucks and you'll be able to afford a home. Bro, real estate prices rose by 50% in my city since 2020. I was 18 in 2020, man, broke. And on top of that, Georgian, stop this, man, please. Hey, man, I'm about to start blasting shit into Tbilisi if these prices keep going up. And everybody's been saying, nah, man, Epstein was actually an agent of a foreign country. That's why he had all these connections. Which foreign country? He was a Chinese spy or a Russian spy. Listen, man, I'm all for shitting on Russia, but Epstein was not a fucking Russian asset. Let's be real here. Trust me, I'm Georgian. I'm good at this shit. I was the one who exposed Russian bots like 6 months before the fucking FBI did. I got Lex Luthor levels of hating on this shit, and Epstein was definitely not a fucking Russian asset. And Chinese asset is just stretching it way too far.
Burger King kind of sucks.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong.
The BK Lounge can hit.
I disagree completely.
You like Burger King over McDonald's?
That's your worst take.
Absolutely.
Signing. What the fuck am I listening to? That's your worst take? That's Benjamin Netanyahu's worst take? Burger King?
There have been a lot of allegations against Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, Robert Maxwell, saying that he was a Mossad agent. Since his contacts in Czechoslovakia, where he's from, were crucial to Czechoslovakia sending weapons to aid Israel in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Maxwell is also alleged to have distributed a bugged version of a software, Promise, to a lot of national governments and global financial institutions that enabled mass spying by the government of Israel. The British Foreign Office suspected Robert Maxwell of being a secret agent of a foreign government, possibly a double or a triple agent, and described him by saying a thoroughly bad character and almost certainly financed by Russia. He also had known links to the British Secret Intelligence Service MI6, to the Soviet KGB, and to the Israeli intelligence service Mossad. He died under mysterious circumstances on his yacht in the Canary Islands, where it was suspected he was peeing in the ocean naked, as he often did, and fell over, and the official ruling by the court says it was death by a heart attack combined with accidental drowning. My theory is that the heart attack was caused because he foresaw Czechoslovakia collapsing a year later and he couldn't handle it, and he was buried on the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, where a lot of the Israeli elite are buried, and his funeral was attended by the Israeli Prime Minister at the time, Israeli President, at least 6 serving and former heads of Israeli intelligence, and many government and opposition politicians. Another reason people accuse him of being a spy is because nobody knew where his fucking money came from. So I'm gonna let my friend Geopold explain it.
The massive discrepancy in Jeffrey Epstein's net worth. Now, on paper, he was a financier. Part of this job is providing the capital to make investments and help manage someone's finances, investments, whatever. So to work this job, you need a shitload of money, aka capital. For his entire career, Epstein presented himself as being a billionaire, which would make sense since he claimed to run a mysterious money management firm, strictly only for billionaires. This is how he had access to such high levels of society. He was always described in the media and by his acquaintances as being worth over $1 billion. However, after his 2019 death, court documents revealed that Jeff's estimated net worth was around 500 million. You ain't nothing but a broke boy. This would make it impossible for him to work as a financier in the billionaire-only circle which he was reportedly working within. On top of this, he never registered as an investment advisor or broker. There is not a single record of him trading or managing anyone's assets. He did not even have a professional client list, which is extremely shocking since we all know Jeff really liked a good old client list, didn't he? It was like his whole thing. It was kind of his whole thing, bro. Essentially, how Epstein earned so much money remains completely unknown. He lived so extravagantly and operated in such high levels of society without any traceable revenue stream at all. That's weird. There's only so many people who can pay you crazy amounts of money with no trace. One being a country's intelligence agency. Just saying, just putting it out there, you know?
Also, while the presidential pardon might not be granted, it is guaranteed that she is going to move to a minimum security prison from her current one. And in this prison, there are not even criminals. These are like motherfuckers that did fraud or something, just fake crimes, compared to Maxwell, who was recruiting and trafficking kids to go to Epstein's island. On top of all this is Lawrence Taylor, who was arrested for a statutory of a 16-year-old girl who was trafficked and was charged for allegedly also paying her $300 to have sex with him. This guy is a registered sex offender from this case, and it would only make sense that he would be on the team when Trump re-established the presidential fitness test for school kids. What is going on, bro? How do you even find this many pedos? On God, I can't even find that many if I looked for them. And this motherfucker is bringing them left and right.
I never had the privilege of going to his island.
Also, Stephen King is extremely suspicious for me now because he has been shitting on Trump all his life since like 2016, and the only time he has ever defended him was on the case of Epstein by saying the list is not real. I don't know, man. I know the scene from it. Very, very suspicious. And the first person to restart this whole Epstein-Trump thing was actually Elon Musk, where him and Trump had a very messy breakup. It was heartbreaking to see, you know. One was promoting Tesla for his significant other, and the other was promoting Trump on X.
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. It was perfect, but no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego.
And then Elon just hit everyone with Trump is in the Epstein files, that's why he's not releasing it. And I'm starting my own America party to compete with Trump. This pedophile will not win over us.
USA! USA! USA!
And then Trump said that it was time for Elon Musk to go back where he came from. South Africa is already cooked. They don't have electricity and shit, and if you put Elon Musk back there, he's gonna replace the black people there with those Tesla robots. And then more and more posts, so you would think that they hate each other now, right? After all this. Tell me why the fuck Elon Musk just gave Trump $15 million after this whole thing. If you're gonna call somebody a child and a pedophile and then give him $15 million, you're worse. And also the news just dropped that Trump is planning to build a $200 million gold-plated ballroom at the White House, which is spiritually Eastern European. And also it's insane because these $200 million will be taken from taxpayer money while they cut cancer research and do evil shit. Like sometime near the end of the Biden administration, USA spent $800K on high-energy biscuits, which were basically like that bread Legolas ate, and these biscuits could feed 1.5 million kids. So they had the choice of feeding 1.5 million kids. The food was literally there in the warehouse. All they had to do was deliver it, which would take no effect, or they could spend $125,000 to burn the food. So decided, man, fuck them kids and burn the food. If these politicians keep starving kids, they won't be able to them anymore. But apparently they have the money to build a $200 million gold-plated ballroom at the White House, and also fucking nothing good is going to happen in that ballroom. It will be just another rich politician hangout place where they will talk about privatizing healthcare more and buying more real estate and more kids. And this administration has gone on forever just spouting bullshit and infesting the entire world with their populist bullshit. Because America is so important, it affects us here too in Europe. Because entire Europe is like, we want to be America, oh, I'm gay, and then try to copy whatever is working in America. Which means basically getting Trump clones in Europe. Like Poland, which is notorious for sucking America's dick, nearly on Kosovo level, having their own Trump clone. Hungary having their own Trump clone, but more fat. Slovakia, my country, talking about the fucking deep state, which is the exact same words Trump used. Like, what the it's like ruining everything.
We Georgians are not in the position to be in conflict with the West, since we are part of the West, the real West. The West of freedom, faith, and family values, not that of the deep state.
Oh my God. So we all care about this because whatever happens in the US happens to us too. Like the Secretary of Health in the US that had a worm eating his brain and also solved the decade-old mystery by saying that he was the one that killed the bear and dumped its body in Central Park.
And in front of me hit a bear and killed it, a young bear. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. And it was very good condition. At the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car. I mean, there was a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes. And so a couple of people got killed, and it was every day, and people had been badly injured. Every day it was in the press. And so I thought, I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. And I said, I had an old bike in my car that somebody asked me to get rid of. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park, and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be fun and funny for people. So everybody thought that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something. The next day, it was like, it was on every television station. It was the front page of every paper. And I turned on the TV, and there was like a mile of yellow tape, and there were 20 cop cars. There were helicopters flying over it. And I was at the bottom of my class. I started doing heroin. I went to the top of my class. Suddenly, I could sit still. And I could read.
He was going on about how they're putting cock and balls with dirina in your drinking water and acting like he cares about health while being anti-vaccine and causing some fucking dead diseases to come back that haven't been seen since like the Middle Ages. This is why I took this picture in the morning I found out this administration won, because if it only affected America, it would be fine. But why is it affecting my Georgian ass all the way in the Caucasus? Also, it's so crazy that you have the president beefing with South Park now. Ankh still got it, man. They're still able to piss people off after 27 years. First it was Kanye when they pissed him off with gay fish.
What that mean?
Now the fucking president of the United States. This time they just deadass used his face and real name. He also gets in bed with Satan and Trump is used all over. This was absolute cinema. The only time they have ever used an actual person's face was with Saddam Hussein, and it was so good, man. In the next episode, the job market is getting hard in the US, and Mr. Mackey had to pick up a new job that is actually well paid in today's age, being a Gestapo agent. Also, I love ice. Nothing tastes better than having an iced water from my fridge. Also, I like it because my ice does not ask for my documentation and papers when I drink it. And they resemble the Gestapo a lot now. So how do you get people to join the Gestapo? One of the main ways to join your SS Mexican deported unit is to make it so that the US does not have many jobs anymore. And people are getting fired left and right. And with the record low new jobs being created because foreign companies are scared to do business in the US and they are either downsizing their current existing operations or just don't do any at all, and then you raise the salaries for the Gestapo, meaning ICE, you'll get more people working there. It's such as in July 2025, Trump administration offered a 50,000 sign-on bonus and a salary around $100,000 for returning ICE officers. This was a nice and funny video. You know it, I know it. So go ahead and subscribe. Who else are you gonna watch regarding these topics? Except Geopold, of course. But he is goated. We've slept together, so it's nothing like bad. Go subscribe to him too. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and goodbye.
You invite Netanyahu without asking?
I did, but...
You like Israel?
Yes!
Oh, maybe you should go visit Israel.